BLG to create these massive zones with the wall and the Nature's Grasp together to set up the fights they need.
Well, I think that BLG have not drafted anything unconventional. Full clears from both junglers. Shun making his way down bot, stacked wave, they're looking for the dive.
All right, let's see it. Remember, Maokai can drop the aggro if he needs to, but it's not even going to be the point. They engage, the dive goes out, but they don't have the damage. Shun is low, Elk is low, but he's got the first blood, and they take down Pays. It's BLG first to strike. Rolling. That could be huge if Elk can maintain this lead. Doran going to shove Bin back up in the top side. Meanwhile, mid, it's Chovy under pressure. Shun and Yagao finding some damage, but now things are going to turn around as Chovy applies the ulti, and Shun's in trouble with a flash follow-up coming out from Peanut. Shun down to 100 HP. He's taken out, and Chovy's the one getting him there. Gen.G find one, but now they got to be careful.
Control that was coming out from Gen.G. Good target focus, but BLG, they're not done yet.
Yeah, Yagao rides the wall in, and Peanut's going to be the target. Remember, he already used the flash to make the play in mid, and Elk gets the punish. Peanut back with an early death. Pays is behind in terms of the matchup in the bottom lane, so BLG are coming into this with a game.
You could be in trouble, potentially.
He does have the ulti available on the Zeri, immediately popping that one. The Xayah goes up into the air. Peanut and Pays get it done. Peanut's going to get away before that last turret.
Here comes the TP from Chovy. It's going to be that bot lane tower.
Yep, Chovy had to TP to it. Remember, the teleport was not unleashed just yet, so he does have to still walk his way over here a little bit. Doran goes in. The Dragon's going to be claimed by Shun on the side of BLG. Delight is taken low, but he gets himself back out, but it's Peanut under pressure. It's Peanut down, and Doran's not going to be able to secure a kill into Elk back. Meanwhile, Pays goes up into the air. The feathers fly, but Gen.G has to run. Elk surfs over the wall. Zap! And he grabs a second kill plus the Drake in the fight.
And are able to actually win the fight as well here. Nicely done by Yagao, really making it difficult for Peanut to enter.
Oh, Bin thought he might have been able to grab the kill on Pays, but unfortunately for him, it's close.
The gold does look quite close. Hang on, there will definitely be a fight here. Shun.
Go in, they want to find Doran here at the very beginning. They lock him down, but they can't quite kill him just yet. BLG pop the top lane. Available on both junglers. Chovy goes over the wall, here with a claw, looking to find his way in here. Yagao throwing out a little bit of damage. Seismic shove back onto Chovy, who already used the ult aggressively. Chovy's in danger. Elk is popping off. He's not going to grab the damage, and Pays goes in. Elk kills him instead. 80 carries traded back and forth, but Gen.G are struggling here in the fight. BLG turning it right back around. Some Portal combat goes the way of all.
They have the cooldown there to pull the feathers through and get the initial kill. That allows Elk to finish him off, and then it's just a 1v1 battle.
Coming into this series, and if you dare them around the objective, they are happy to play that game. And you can see how confident they are. Yagao gets a nice stun onto Doran, but Yagao underneath the turret.
This is
He's
trouble
dead.
for Yagao. Doran should pick this one up, no problem.
Oh, he missed!
Oh! Away. No, Doran messed it up, and BLG get the kill instead. The mid laner survives. Doran's gonna want.
They're likely gonna break up in this mid tier 1. But BLG, I think, surprising many with a strong early game performance and dominating in the fights. They're looking for another.
Chovy gets stunned up. He can't take the claw out. The Lyssandra's about to melt as BLG continue to push forward, and Chovy's the first one to die. Now the aggro shifts over onto Doran with Shun leading the charge. They bring in the wall thanks to Yagao, and Peanut is stuck on the wrong side. He'll be thrown back too. Elk grabs another. 3 dead bodies in Gen.G uniforms, and BLG put them there.
BLG never hesitate. The second that they see Chovy out of
Jax, a true melee champion, topped the damage charts in the previous. Are troubling here for Gen.G in a series where everybody expected them to be the ones with the edge. Now they've got manpower in mid, trying to force down this tier 1 turret. But a teleport's coming in, and Nature's Grasp is flying out. Bin is teleported, but he's in the middle of everybody. He's trying to buy some time. He's going to be killed. Chovy's wasting the time of his opponents. It'll be a 1-for-1 trade, but Bin is worth more. I'll give the edge there in that trade.
The Infernal Soul, really strong for this BLG team. They have a lot of damage dealers. I mean, there's even some Maokai AP.
Target selection very difficult for the side of Gen.G.
I just like the itemization a lot more on the BLG side in the current place in the game. But
Side of Gen.G, is it you hope that BLG get too hypey for their own good? You hope they overstep and you go for a punish? Or
This is what you hope.
Baron aggro still maintained, 4,000 HP, resetting back up to about 6K. BLG still maintaining pressure on the objective. Bin jumps forward, looking at Peanut, goes into the counter-strike, now activating the stopwatch. Baron's gonna go down, and BLG got it. Chovy gets away over the wall, but he's barely got any HP left. Gen.G are running for the hills as Yagao goes forward and forces out the ulti from Pays. BLG, look, and out flashes in. Health bars are critically low, and Pays is critically dead. BLG are running them all down. 4 men in the dirt. Only Delight still stands, and BLG will march to the Nexus.
Who needs a recon when you can engage yourself on Zeri? Elk just fires himself into the middle of the team, flashes in, drops the ulti, and BLG will wipe Gen.G from the map and march on the Nexus for game number 1.
We needed to see that aggro out of BLG. We needed to see ferocity out of these guys to go head-to-head with Gen.G, and that's exactly what we got here in game number 1. They will bulldoze the base, take the first game, and lead this series.
Right, and he's so good on the Jax that he's kind of demanding that attention. But I feel like the Gwen is a better matchup into the Ornn, and it's also a better team fighter.
They also picked Ornn into
who they're staring down across the rift, because Gen.G is a ferocious squad to have to fight. Shun coming in here looking for the dive onto Chovy. The charm flies out, but it missed. They get the damage anyway. The max range instant 1-2 proc on the Q as Onn has to try to get away from the tier 1 here in the bottom lane. Peanut looking to
well on that top side. But yeah, I mean, it was Delight that started it all up. Bin. Oh,
he flashed in! Bin puts him in the bin! Now that bear is so obnoxious. Tibbers does so much damage if it sticks around. Meanwhile, 3v3 now here in the river. Peanut jumping in, looking to go after these guys. Onn trying to disengage. Shun and Yagao need to do the same. Onn is gonna drop! And it's Chovy getting the first kill of the game for Gen.G.
Finds the play, slowing them down enough that they can chase down, get the kill, and now take the dragon as well.
Props to Gen.G. I feel like
it's a very slight lead, so we'll see if he's going to be able to make good on it.
Looking for a play top.
All right, Bin could be in some trouble here. Trying to fight it off in a 1v2, but so much burst from Peanut and from Doran. I don't know what the...
BLG actually conceding this objective. A little uncharacteristic for BLG, but they are going to say, you know what, it's fine. We'll give this one up. We don't feel strong enough to fight. Was solo killed earlier, but can still have a huge impact in the fights. Yagao ults over.
BLG looking for their moment here in the mid lane, but they won't find a damn thing. Peanut's ready for the follow-up, throws Yagao up into the air. A lot of burst coming down from Gen.G. Doran's got the kill on Onn, and Shun barely survives. Doran's taken low. Bin jumps into the middle of everybody, but now he's got to retreat because Gen.G's able to turn around, and Delight finds the kill. Yagao and Shun trying to hop in the mid lane instead. The Drake is secured by BLG, so now Gen.G, they didn't want to overcommit, just jump into a fight they weren't ready to take. Instead, they're going to at least trade objectives, grab this tier 1 turret here with a demolish proc.
Their real strength is about how they play the map, their lane assignments. Chovy wasn't prepared for this.
Chovy in some trouble as Shun initiates. There's the 1-2 punch of Vi and one of her lane mates. Line them up, knock them down. Ulti into the follow-up from the Gwen. Means that Bin and Shun can get that kill for free, and they'll take the tier 1 turret on top.
Yeah, really nicely done. They know the game. It really does feel like it's just going to be about dragon fights. It's just going to be about setting up those objectives. Lost mid lane prio, though, and they can't really just walk through them, so they're going to lose their mid lane tier 1 for free, and they're still going to have to answer, or BLG could go for it
initially there, but it's okay. Dragon gets a 4K.
They're going in. Chovy wants to lead the way. The Drake is down to 3,000 as Chovy goes into the zone, used to protect himself for a little bit, and Tibbers is dropped once more. Now it's taken out, but Yagao is down. Pays grabs the kill, and Gen.G have already run the fight. Peanut's gonna chase down Elk, and the Jinx has no way home. Delight jumps over the wall with the abyssal dive, and on's the next target. Gobble, gobble, there goes Onn, and he's just more food for Pays. Gen.G get 3, and they'll get themselves a soul.
See a bit of trading back and forth in bot lane, but Peanut has his eyes on Elk.
Jumps in. Onn decides to drop the Glacial Fissure, and now they're going to find some damage onto Peanut. They follow it up with Shun. They get the shutdown on the enemy jungler, and Onn's backing away, trying to escape from Tibbers. Pays is behind. Winter's Bite is there, and Ben's coming around. Snip, snip. They force him to go gold, and they shut him down with Ben. The rockets are flying, and Gen.G's dying. Delight hits the floor next, and Doran barely gets away. BLG pull the trigger.
The Q, he hits the ulti. They know they can proc the Brawn passive, so in goes Shun. They full commit to the fight.
Fantastic opportunity, which they have now snowballed into a commanding map state. Onn needs to be careful, though.
Yeah, Onn potentially in some trouble here. Shun over the wall. Gonna give him something to jump away to. Glacial Fisher, thrown down by On, the support. Now disengaging, now getting back to his team. Bin's found his way into the back. He's found Chovy. Yagal's here with the front. He's gone golden. Two separate fights. BLG continuing to push down here with the bottom side as Doran's taken very low and On now retreating again. Yagal's still at about 200. Doran's still about dead. Peanut has to run away and leave the clone back in the brush behind him.
Chops through Doran. One proc of his ulti forced Chovy into the Zonias, and then there's no damage. He heals to full off of Doran, just using him for some free HP, and BLG come to life. They're pushing down mid.
And that fight position was not a good one for BLG.
No.
They were very separated. Yagao and Elk were separated from the front.
Thanks to Doran's Ornn and Gen.G, 5 men top, they're gonna force down the tier 1.
It's really going to be a battle of pace saying, try to
Damage,
kill.
but for the amount of ultis, the amount of abilities that went flying, there's not a lot of injured health so far. Shun backing away. Elk and On, gotta be careful as On's gonna take a whole lot of damage here from Pays, rooted up, but now Pays could be in some trouble. One more hit for the winner's bite is gonna set him up. They might just take him down. Yagal's after Chovy. He's barely still alive, and Yagal's got the first kill. He kites away from Peanut to stay alive. Elk continues the chase after Doran.
Flash there onto Chovy, and then we see Egao short-changing his flash as well for that pullback on his Q on Chovy. They could easily start this up at this point. It is spotted, though, as they see multiple members walking over. So Doran and Peanut are here.
Nice charm, down on a Doran. A little bit more damage, finding its way onto the tank, but that's not the guy you can target if the fight is even. Doran now getting chased down by Bin. He'll cut right through him. Bin is unstoppable. And BLG back into the pit. Chovy tagged up the winner's bite. There's the charm. They want to go after Chovy. They force the ulti back out into life, but BLG's health bars are looking bad. Guardian Angel's going to come out there from Shun, but Gen.G are camping the body. They take him down, and Chovy gets the credit. Pays flashes in. He wants the damage on On, but he can't quite find it. On likely to drop here next as Pays goes on a killing spree. Ben tries to fight back. Delight is down. They're going after Chovy again. Elk looks for the reset. He's trying to cut Pays. The rockets are ready to go. He's excited, and he just can't fight it. It's BLG winning another fight and getting another ace with a quadra kill for Elk.
Elk gets excited and spaces Gen.G perfectly with the rockets. No chance for Pace to turn around. That was perfectly played by the BLG bot laner.
Wow, BLG demonstrating how strong the LPL is when it comes to team fighting. Doran, sides!
Need to be able to find a win. Yagao and Shun gonna pressure the mid lane, pressure the tier 3, take down the inhibitor turret as Delight goes
between mid and bot here, and they're gonna be able to grab this inhibitor very easily. Chovy, can he find an angle?
BLG, they take out the inhib. Now Doran's gonna take the damage here with the start. Yagao CC'd as he has to try to get away. Doran goes to the Ornn Horn, but On does a beautiful job blocking it out. Timbering into the Drake. BLG have started up the objective. Now Yagao off to the side, has to be careful. Peanut wants to contest it. Make it a 50-50 here for the Drake. He looks to go into the pit. It's gonna be secured by the side of BLG. Has been Yagao look to keep everybody else occupied. Elk grabs a kill. They trade one back for support for jungler. But now Gen.G's gonna go on the run. Elk is unstoppable. Gen.G are gone. A triple for the Jinx. Elk runs them over. And BLG are gonna bring it home.
Pray all you want to the Church of Chovy. Nothing will stand in the way of BLG tearing Gen.G apart and going to match point in this best of 5.
It was such a close game for so long. Gen.G had an edge for so long, but the edge is blunted as BLG move on to match point.
Especially with Bin acting as a wall to protect him.
Yeah, I mean, I think in a lot of the fights, we might just see Annie used as the counter engage. You know, the Vi, the Ahri fly in, you just actually drop Tibbers on them. Guarantees it. Bin will drop some farm, but honestly, he doesn't really care. He's going to lose a plate, unfortunately for him as well. But he can just TP
It's just my favorite comment when people always go, well, no, it's easy.
Chovy.
Chovy walks into his own jungle only to find himself right in the path of the super mega death rocket, and Shun slams.
So he spots Chovy walking around, and that is why Shun could just stay in the pit. Bin here.
All right, the dive onto Bin here in the top lane. Peanut just casually walks on up, gets that fellow's breath there to get through most of the charm. Doran still walks a couple of feet closer just as the last little bits of that CC expire. BLG starting up the objective. Been here on the front. Again, not afraid of getting pulled in. This is the tank.
Oh!
A beautiful pull! And the Kindred is down like so many times before. Shun's gonna be killed in retaliation. Chovy goes into the stasis trying to stay alive with a decimating smash. Slams him back into the earth. Now On and Ben are ready to keep on chasing as Doran barely survives with 100 HP. On brings him back. Pays flashes away. And Elk says sayonara.
And again, BLG come to life in the team fights, and Elk gets paid 3-0.
One hit is able to connect the hook.
Back to live. Yigao getting dove. Doran and Peanut should be able to get this one done. Oh my goodness, never mind. Maybe we got ourselves a nice stasis.
A good series is definitely going to catch some more heat for those types of things.
And the frustration
is here, I think, between Chovy and Doran. I think if you sit back and allow On to dictate, he's just going to keep pitching for hooks, and I think he'll be fine here. There's going to be a Lantern available. But the problem is, Peanut, remember, no ult.
Going in after Peanut, does not land the charm. Means Peanut can try to get away here. Yigao finds Q1, no Q2. But here comes the Scion. Here comes the rocket. Neither one of them's even needed except to move Kindred closer to Yigao, who picks up the 6th kill of the game for BLG.
That's the punish from the cross-map ulti from earlier. Peanut had that little panic ult as he saw the Jinx rocket coming in, and now On gonna catch Delight.
Okay, Delight under pressure as Elk and On work together to take him down. Yigao with a TP in to try to make sure they've got the follow-up now. A 2v2 breaking out as Doran looks to charge forward, but Elk hits him with the zap to slow him down. A TP summoned up to bring Chovy into the mix means BLG won't take the fight any further, but because of all the attention in topside, Shun and Ben can take out the
decent amount, and it's gonna be double Everfrost, so the lockdown is just gonna be enormous from BLG. If they ever hit 1 CC, they're gonna hit everything.
Yeah, lockdown, Everfrost, Blitzcrank, all super annoying. On though with a beautiful pull. Peanut forced to use the Lamb's Respite there. On with the flash to get himself out of the way of the counterattack, but Ben has blocked the exit. Peanut tries to get away. Yigao can't find the damage to kill him off, but now Delight's here on the front line, and Elk is excited yet again. Another beautiful pull from On. Pays under pressure from Ben as Peanut jumps right back into the fight. Yigao still back on the side. A triple kill back over to Elk. BLG, our team fighting God.
Quadra kill for Elk to follow up on his triple kill from earlier. BLG is just an unstoppable force here in Game 3.
An over 3.
Which then gave Elk the space to just dominate.
I mean, Elk is just in a firing range there. He's free-firing the entire fight.
It's being played by BLG.
I mean, Pays is just getting so pressured. Great hook.
Nice potential pick here. Shun shouldn't be able to get away. Uses the ulti to try to make some distance, but the pick is complete. Pays gets the kill. 3-minute Baron attempt. Chovy trying to back away a little bit here.
Watch
you can see
Doran's
Delight.
turn.
Hex Flash not going to find a mark here as Gen.G have the Baron down to about half. Doran leads the charge. Chovy's exhausted. Yigao focused here with the very start. He's taken down. Pays gets the kill. Doran kept alive. Super Mega Death Rocket won't get any kills thanks to the Lamb's Respite. And now Ben's going to be dropped next. They take down the Scion. Gen.G may not have got the objective, but they win the fight. And they're starting to claw. Elk is low on resources, and BLG are down 2 men. The Baron is the target for the side of Gen.G, but Elk is legendary, and Delight is already down. On, trying to be the front line here, maybe look for a pick for his AD carry. Elk doesn't have the damage. Could effectively mean the end of the game. Here for the Korean representatives, the #1 seed from the LCK. On goes in, he tries to find the flash hook, and instead Pays is unstoppable. The punish is ready to go from Gen.G. Yigao dashes forward, but Delight's gonna be the target here for BLG. They're still trying to outfight him, but the Lamb's Respite keeps everybody alive. Elk is untouched, trying to find a reset. Ben goes on a killing spree. Delight is down. Now it's Gen.G on the run. Chovy trying to get away, but Ben is right on top of him. Despite how good it looked, Gen.G lose 3, and BLG get another fight.
What a tense fight once again. Pays will take damage.
Pays trying to get away from this. There's such low health. The shutdown. Back and forth. The marksmen are all dead. Peanut grabs the kill. He's down to 150. Ben wants to get him, but the jump over the wall with a dance of arrows from Peanut. He's still alive for now. Let's see how much further he might be able to get away. Gets a heal. Gets over the wall.
Wait, On?
On's looking for Peanut here. They want to get this enemy jungler. Ben coming around to stop him. There's the grab. Kaboom!
Again,
they're on Baron.
Zone Pays away. The Baron begins. Peanut is alive. The hook.
The pull onto Doran. That would normally not be the right target, but BLG has so much Baron.
Yeah, they're going to deny the soul here. They will get an objective bounty. Yes, okay, so they will be able to secure this. But BLG are going to be pushing on.
That he can. Do BLG want to push their advantage anymore? They have a wave coming in mid. Yeah, I like this from BLG. Just keep the pressure up. The resets are now coming through for Gen.G. They know they have 2 waves. Yagao's going to secure another tower mid.
Tier 3 mid collapsed. Top
On
lane.
the enemy ADC, who is also 2 items up on him. The Ornn is going to die instantly.
Shun face checking. This might be the angle that Gen.G needs. A little bit more damage goes through and kills the enemy jungler. Doran firing the Ornn ulti from down.
BLG are unthreatened. They're just going to walk mid. They're going to take the inhibitor. And will they go for more?
Pays losing half HP to 2 auto attacks there from Elk. Gen.G taking a bit of damage on a couple of different players here as BLG retreat. Now they're stepping forward. Now they want to potentially find the engagement again. Ben goes in, finds the knock up there into Peanut. He drops the Lamb's Respite in time to stay alive. Chovy with the stasis avoiding the pull. Doran here in the front line has been slain by the light, but now they might be able to get one back. Doran one more auto attack and he falls. Elk is still looking. He wants to find a little bit more damage, but he can't quite get there. Gen.G escape back into their own base. It's Doran and Ben. The tanks are traded, but it's BLG with the wave ready to go here in the top side. They're looking at a tier 3 turret again, this time in top lane.
Wow. So really all BLG has to do is wait for someone to answer. As soon as Doran shows up there, okay, you walk forward. If Gen.G tries to defend his fort, you're
Sells that soul. This does give a window for Gen.G to at least get some wards around the Baron area so they can look for a contest.
All right,
they can
dictating the pace. They're dictating
Watch
where
on,
Gen.G
watch
has
on.
to go.
On with a pull! Oh my god, he found Delight and instantly killed him. Gen.G
Try to face check in. I don't think they feel that they can give up the Baron, but Yagao has the perfect flank angle.
Doran gonna try to guard Pays here. Keep your eyes on the Aphelios. They summon up the Ornhorn. They want to get the damage here as Shun goes over the wall, tries to deal with Pays. Now Chovy's under pressure. Can't get the kill on Elk. Shun is killed by Peanut. Elk under pressure there from the Tibbers as Chovy finally dies. Elk gets excited from that. Yagao goes in and finds the charm on the enemy top laner and Doran flashes back over the wall. Peanut's damage is not impactful. Ben can keep getting himself back as Gen.G lose their mid laner, but honestly not too bad. Delight is respawned.
Exactly, Delight is respawned and Doran can TP back, so Gen.G have pushed them off, and now they're going to try to take their opportunity to start this up. They don't want BLG to have a free base.
Shun is not alive, but BLG will not give this up without a fight.
BLG ready to challenge here in the Baron. They throw out the Everfrost Delight with a flash, but Elk's already got him killed.
charm!
Doran's going to be taking the damage now. The Lamb's Respite barely keeping Pays alive through the Super Mega Death Rocket. Doran steps under the chompers, and Elk's ready to free fire yet again. Gen.G lose their front line, and BLG are still chasing. Bina with a flash away from the zap as On and Yagao, both completely out of mana, chase after the Gen.G jungler, who can use the Dance of Arrows to get back over the wall.
Oh,
Meanwhile,
Chovy's by himself.
TP, Chovy coming in, but Shun marks him immediately. Just happens to be walking through the area. He goes in with the ulti. The follow-up from Yagao may have just been a mistake, but no, he barely escapes. And Elk is after Chovy. One more auto attack kills the Gen.G mid laner, and BLG still come out on top.
Regardless of the pressure that BLG is put under.
Taken out in the other lanes. Now they're pressuring onto the tier 3 here in bottom. Tibbers has already been summoned up. The Moonlight Vigil misses. On is below half health, but it doesn't matter a whole lot. BLG are gonna hard force it. They go in with a Vi ulti on to Pays. They're gonna find a lot. They'll force out the Lamb's Respite as Doran takes all the damage and On grabs the shutdown on Pays. It's over, it's done. BLG's won the clean ace as the LPL number 2 seed from 5th place in the regular season takes down the best team in Korea and earns their spot in the next round.
The LPL faithful erupt here in London. The crowd is going crazy.